EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play action. Now it's Brady.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Brady to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
And this returnable for Hines.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And the Texans will take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
To the 43, second down. So this game of our, Charles, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think But this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Hey, Alabama.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Brady's throw caught by Olave. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
450.
On first down, Brady. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And Brady will sneak it. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20, ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Hey, kill.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Swift going to try up the middle.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Brissett on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A give to Williams, running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now Lutz for the field goal try.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your 2 current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game. Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 27, Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
No, 66.
Now Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Hines now on the return.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A first down throw for Brissett.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. Things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
On play action, now Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady now to throw.
And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Chris Olave.
35 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had it quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got it.
From the 30 on second down, Brissett eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On third down, Brissett. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw, Brissett.
He's got the hookup downfield to Boykin.
Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, 46 yards.
And the Texans are back within a score.
Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, open man here is Conklin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you that. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Philly. 53 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, one thing we certainly know, He likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Texans 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. first down. Brissett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Brissett.
Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll throw again. Brissett.
And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Brissett to throw on first. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Brissett. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 30 yards.
And the Texans are back within a couple of the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Olave over the middle. And he'll get this this up to the 34-yard line.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Brady. Flushed out right.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On second and 10, Brady. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On play action, it's Brady.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now Brady again. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Chris Olave with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Brissett on first down.
He's got Granson, his tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what?
Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Brissett's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, kill.
Throwing, Brissett. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. 4th quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regained the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 with the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Hey, check. Go.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On third down, Brissett. Going right side here, and that's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, kill. Hey, kill. Hey, check.
Brissett. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Williams.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Williams again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Kill.
Now Brissett on fourth down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Curtis Samuel, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Hey, go 66.
To throw is Brady.
And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, Alabama. Hey, 56.
Brady to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach made you say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Now Brissett.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Lutz is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Brady. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He's going to let it fly.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm starting to get your seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Texans,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
Now they'll have a few.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thriving. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were the ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it,